Well, we're now on day 8 of the fallout from the Rob Porter scandal, and at this point, the White House really still can't keep its story straight. It seems like every single day, every time they go to the podium, reporters are presented with a different series of events that just don't fit together. Yesterday we had the FBI director who was speaking on Capitol Hill, laid out a particular version of events in which the FBI repeatedly informed the White House about the allegations against Porter, sent documents to the White House. There was a back and forth requesting additional information, then the FBI would present that additional information, which is a completely different storyline from what we've heard from both Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Raj Shah from the podium. We had just the day before Sarah telling us that the White House had nothing to do with the background check process, that this was all controlled by the FBI and other intelligence agencies, and it turns out that that just isn't the case. So what we're doing now is basically waiting to find out what the fallout's going to be. There's been a lot of finger pointing at Chief of Staff John Kelly, who has been blamed by some in the building for not acting fast enough. And what this incident has really done is to kind of exacerbate some of these tensions that have been under the surface, or at least a little bit under the surface, for the last couple of months. When Kelly came in, he was very much credited for bringing law and order to the building, for setting up some type of controls over who entered the Oval Office, who was able to phone call the president, who was able to get in touch with him. But that process also created a lot of hostility from folks who were used to being able to talk to the president. The big question right now is how long Chief of Staff John Kelly lasts. We've been speaking to folks at the White House now over the last week, and we keep hearing again and again is that the president is certainly angry at John Kelly, that a lot of people in the building have lost confidence in him. And the actual options for replacement just aren't particularly attractive. There have been a number of names that the president has been mentioned, as he calls. The president has a tendency, he'll ring up old friends, old acquaintances, and kind of, go back and forth. What do you think of this guy? How's this guy doing? And there have been a number of names that have come out. Mick Mulvaney, the budget director, is one of those. Kevin McCarthy is another one of those. We've heard Gary Cohen's name thrown around there. It's now been a week, more than a week, and we have yet to hear the president actually acknowledge the women who've accused Rob Porter of domestic abuse. He fired off one tweet over the weekend on Saturday where he voiced sympathy for people who are accused of things. He wasn't specific, but it appeared to refer to the Porter scandal and kind of bemoan the fact that we're living in a society where people don't get their due process. But that's it. That's all we've heard, except for the statements from his spokespeople. So we're still waiting for the president to personally weigh in.
As well as members of my cabinet, people that are working very hard, and we've really accomplished a lot. We're here today to discuss the urgent need to rebuild and restore America's depleted infrastructure. We've been